Hey there, patrons, it's X, and I'm here with Kyle and Felicia, and this is the Secret Patron Show. She's back, everybody. Yay! Welcome back.
I missed all of you,
let's
too.
see. So, this is the Secret Patron Show, the special content we provide to folks who are generous enough to share at least $1 a month with us. A fucking $1 a month. Come on, people.
It's the least you could do.
We wanted to talk Infinity War. We'll give it a week or so. We'll come back around to it.
All right?
Yeah, we'll come around to it.
Yeah. Although
I'm waiting for...
Look, hey, just to throw it out there, on the Nerd Dome this past week, we did a super spoilery. That was the only thing we talked about. Super spoilery.
All right, fun.
So go listen to that.
Listen to that. There you go. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So what I want to talk about here is most of you patrons that are listening to us right now, and if you're somebody that's hearing this 6 months in the future, maybe you don't know this so much. We're people. Yes, okay, that's a very simple generality that I'm putting out there. But like social media, like all other videos, like everybody else that puts out a video on YouTube and stuff, we're avatars. We're not actually talking to you live right now. We're talking to each other. We're recording it, and we put it on YouTube, and we put it out there on podcasts and everything. And I love having interactions with people.
Yeah, it's great.
But we're talking into cameras towards each other.
Yeah.
And we're not exactly 100% who we always put ourselves to be on the videos and on the podcasts.
Yes.
So you have to understand this. And so I don't know where I'm trying to go with this, except for the fact that people need to not make assumptions about, I don't know how you get to be a certain age in life and you don't understand that maybe your favorite movie star or your favorite somebody, this, that, musician, somebody like that. When you meet them in real life, they're not exactly who you might thought they would be. Yeah. They could be socially awkward.
Oh, yeah. No, that happens. That happens to people all the time.
The one
it's amazing how many people don't realize that.
The one I keep running into with our fans, I'm not it's happened a couple of times.
Yeah.
I am very sex positive. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
I really, without my consent, please do not discuss your sexual preferences or fetishes or anything with me, unbeknownst to me. Don't just dive into it, all right? Because the biggest part of my sex positivity is consent. And that's a very personal conversation. You don't just come at me with that.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, hi, Felicia, I'm blank. I listen to your show all the time, and I like to have something up my ass. It's like,
whoa, okay.
Whoa, dude.
Like, that's fine, but I did not opt into this conversation.
Yeah.
Please don't, like that, and it's just little things like that. Like, I obviously no kink shaming, whatever you're into, but I don't just spring that on me, please.
Right. Yeah, please direct those conversations to me.
Kyle just gave you, and that's you playing a bit as well there, right there too. Come on,
sure it is.
Can't even stop.
Yeah, sure it is.
Okay, yes, we are all three of us super goddamn liberal. I mean, a lot of the stuff that we put out there are our honest beliefs on things.
Yeah, unless it's obviously a bit.
Yeah, and if you can't, god damn it, there are people that find our shit all the time, and they're just like, there's nobody that could possibly be this way. That you guys are putting on a bit, aren't you? Sometimes.
You can tell when we're doing it. If you can't tell, like, there's nothing I can do to help you.
Sorry.
Yeah, but like things for me is like a false start would be like if you came up to me and you said like real name to me and I barely know you. Like some people I am friends with on Facebook and stuff, and I'm not too hard to find, but I don't add people like willy-nilly.
Yeah.
So if somebody comes up to me like, if we ever have a get together or anything, oh hey, blam, and I'm just like, oh, who are you? I don't know who you are.
There's a fan.
There's a layer there for a reason, guys.
Yeah, there's a fan of my show that goes to the same dance studio I go to, or a fan of the show that goes to the same dance studio I go to. I was gonna say my dance studio. It got mixed up. Anywho, she has never gotten weird with me, not once. She just, sometimes we talk about topics and stuff, but obviously there is very different than here. I mean, it's not a very political space, just by nature of it being a kind of a collective space.
Yeah.
I mean, it's political in that feminism. But it in more of an attitude rather than an actual discussion place, and that's a good thing. We need spaces like that, and so it's nice to know that we always appreciate that you love the show, that you know maybe there was a specific topic that you'd want to talk to us about, but ask us first.
Yeah, bring it up the right way.
Yeah,
don't. And
we're not
another
we are
thing,
not
like
servants. Like we don't just
no.
answer your beck and call and discuss whatever you want whenever you want.
Yeah, there's been some times in the past, and I'm not going to name names or anything because we're classier than that, where people will sometimes
would never do that. That's just nasty.
But there's been times where they some people would get a little bit huffy that we didn't talk about a topic that they shared with us, and it's like, okay, I appreciate your input, and I honestly do look at things, and I read through the stuff that people send me. Sometimes it's like trying to play Tetris and you're waiting for that 4-block piece that's straight up and down that'll work any fucking where.
Yeah.
And all you're getting are the fucking squares. And everything you have is jaggy. It's like, I like this, thank you. I appreciate you giving this to me, but I have nowhere to put it.
Yeah. Andrew Torres, him and I talk all the time. Alex Jules and I talk all the time. I mean, with Andrew, I've sent him stuff. Stories, suggestions, recommendations, and they've never used any of them.
Yeah.
Guess how heartbroken I am. I'm not. It's just like hey, came across this. Yeah. Maybe.
Like this is your line of thinking. This is something that you might talk about, if you hadn't seen this yet.
Yeah.
And 99% of the time, folks, I have to let you know, I've probably seen it. I hate to be this guy, but I'm on fucking Reddit all the time. Like between atheism, politics, and like a whole bunch of other subreddits that I have.
Yeah.
I see all the news. I see it all. I fucking see everything. There's even stuff sometimes Kyle puts into the chat we have, and I'm like, I read that like 3 hours ago. And it's not meant to be like, I see this before you, but it's just like
we operate on different timelines.
Yes, we do.
And I rarely add stuff, but usually it's weirdly specific.
Yeah. Like the first thing I do when I wake up is like Twitter, the headlines on Reddit, and then like go say hi to my family. That's how dedicated I am to fucking being on the news this time of year, guys.
This time of year, all year.
It's rough.
Constantly.
It's rough. Yeah,
constantly
it's gotten worse.
For the last since
since
Trump
the
started
orange-haired
running.
one came in. Yeah. Like, okay, is the world dying yet? Are we? Yeah, we're there. Yeah, because CO2 is above.
You want a really cathartic book series, the Broken Earth series. I've been reading it. The premise questions the reader: is it better to let the world burn? It's really cathartic. Also,
me, and this is getting a little bit off topic, but I've been hearing a handful of people that I really do enjoy. And this comes into that whole, you really should not care what other people think. And I want to talk about this little subchapter here because I listen to a lot of the Scathing Guys stuff. And whenever I hear somebody talk shit about a movie that I personally loved or something like that, I'm working on this part of me being that geek. I'm working on that. Where someone goes, I fucking hated blank. And I'm just like, the fuck is wrong with you? Ouch. Like it personally hurt me, but I was like, wait, him not liking it doesn't take away my enjoyment of something.
Yeah. Your identity is not what you consume.
Right.
The meaning you derive for it is good for you and you alone, just like doing mushrooms.
See, I have a problem there. I kind of have a problem there. But it's not when somebody says they didn't like something. It's when they said something. It's when they say like a movie was bad or a movie was good. When they throw out objective statements like that, I have a hard time not jumping on that and go, please explain to me what your thinking is there.
Okay, but that's different because good and bad are such terrible terms in describing art.
Right. Yeah. They absolutely are.
I mean, like you can like with context we can say things like the room are so bad it's good, but that's not. That's obviously referring to a very specific thing, where what we're saying in that is so
Mhm.
poorly made and poorly constructed that somehow it's engaging.
Yeah.
That's what we're communicating. But
Mhm.
yeah, when like people say things like it's a movie that everyone hates that I love. Oh, The Producers, the movie. Apparently film critics don't like it.
Wait, which one?
The
Which
new one. The musical one.
Oh,
the new one.
Oh, the new one. Okay, yeah, no.
Apparently it's not well received.
Critics didn't like it because it was a remake of a classic movie.
I think the new one's better, and so does Mel Brooks.
I go with the guy that created the fucking original.
Look,
you know?
they both have a special place in my heart, and they both have things that are absolutely brilliant about them. And the new one did some things better than the old one, and the old one did some things better than the new one, and there you go. They both have extremely redeeming qualities, and they're both good. They're both.
But if someone says it's bad, then it's like, no, that's an incorrect evaluation. That's just, or it's good.
Please tell me what you're thinking. Yeah. No, explain this to me.
I never answer anyone with "it's a good movie." I'll say it was excellent, or I really enjoyed it.
Right, yeah. Right. Yeah.
Because now I'm answering in the subjective. This is my opinion. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we're way off topic. Sorry.
So yeah,
I don't know what we did there.
Like, I want to give people a good example of this. I want to give people a good example of, how you can respond in a positive, even though you don't enjoy something. And I'm not saying people should act this way. A Quiet Place was a good movie that I didn't enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, see, that's another thing. I hated Goodfellas.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a well-made film. The storytelling is solid.
And I think it's been out long enough that all three of us can talk about it, and we could just say quickly, hey, spoilers for A Quiet Place if you've not seen it yet.
Oh, God, it's so much.
It's Signs.
Yeah. It's basically Signs, yeah.
What?
It's Signs, but instead of water, it's like ultra high frequency sound.
Oh, I guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked Signs when I saw it too.
I did too, until I started to really fucking hate that guy.
Until like the last, 15, 20 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, the beating you over the head with "there's a God, there's a God, there's a God" shit.
Okay,
once they get to that point,
then that in A Quiet Place.
Right.
And they ended it where Signs should have ended, when they figured it the fuck out, and she cocks the shotgun, and it was like, yes!
Yeah. And so there was just a couple of things that
super satisfying.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those, when you watch it the first time, it's really good.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're one of those people that analyzes things,
yeah, I rewatch movies all the time.
Yeah, don't analyze that movie.
Yeah.
Quiet Place.
Yeah.
What? I sat there and drove the whole way home about how it absolutely is the decimation of culture and the silencing of people and the lack of expression. Like, I had these whole interpretations.
You're thinking big picture things. I'm thinking little picture things.
Right.
Farts,
God damn it.
Sneezes.
things that
I don't know.
Yeah.
If you do enough yoga, you'll learn how to fart silent. Just saying.
Oh, I just have incredible control. For no reason at all.
Nope.
Okay, so back to the
no reason at all. Although, if you want a good movie to analyze, if you haven't seen it, see Annihilation.
Oh yeah, that's a good one to speculate
that was what
about.
I wanted to see. Shit.
Write it down. It's got to be coming out soon.
Writing it down.
Because Black Panther's out on Monday.
Do not, under any circumstances, watch this movie while drunk, high, or on mushrooms.
Mushrooms especially.
No, mushrooms is I watch it sober first.
Yeah.
Because there are some, like, The Wall is not a good one. Like, people are like, it's super trippy. Do not watch The Wall on psychedelics.
No, and Annihilation has a few scenes like that where you're just going, both hands in your mouth going, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Good movie.
So good.
Okay, so so what we're trying to say is you shouldn't take other people's opinions, ours included, and use that. You shouldn't be mad by certain things that people say. Certain things. I'm making this very specifically here. Certain things that people say you shouldn't be mad about. Yeah, exactly.
Certain things, such as not taking your suggestions.
Yeah, that, and when we have an opinion on certain things, and that, like I said, currently work in progress for me, because I liked Ready Player One, and I don't understand how No Illusions, from being in my generation, didn't enjoy it as well, because it was a fucking just romp through everything that was.
Yeah.
But it's not a person. See,
it's not a personal attack. I have to realize
so
it.
You said you did not like The Quiet Place. I love A Quiet Place.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't hit me. No injury. I still love it. I'm not doubting that I loved it. And that's actually something I have also been working on, X, is going, what I consume is not my identity. The meaning I derive from these things is mine and mine alone.
Yep.
And
Peter Coffin made a good series about this. You guys
really
should go check it out. Because he's like, I fucking love Star Wars. I love Star Wars. Mm-hmm. Does that mean that that's part of my identity? And he goes through a long fucking thing of it. And ContraPoints also has another thing about with capitalism you guys should go watch.
Yeah.
Some of you folks might actually be more communist than you thought.
Turns out I'm not a capitalist, you guys. They convinced me. They straight up convinced me.
Or like we had an asshole leave us a comment. Leave us a comment the other day where they were talking about how, oh, you fucking lefties and your socialism, you should all be killed kind of thing. And I'm just like America's not a socialist country, never was, never will be. And I'm like, police departments, fire departments, military, roads, like water.
Water.
Like, what pays for that? Oh, yeah. Everybody
vast
chipping into the pot.
Of scientific studies, entirely which the iPhone was based on, and Tesla. They used public studies to innovate new ideas, but they used entirely publicly funded, publicly available studies. That doesn't require capitalism. It doesn't.
Careful, Felicia's going to start making her own fucking build of Linux next. Just watch.
I'm saying you just need to rise up and seize the means of production. Sorry, you guys. I've gone entirely left. Like that's it. No longer moderate.
Yeah.
I think a handful of the software engineers are going to giggle about that. She's going to have her own kernel here in a couple of weeks on GitHub. She's going to.
We can only hope. I mean, that would be a level that I would just that would thrill me.
Well, okay, so they do have one build of it called Fedora. So let's make the anti-Fedora. What would that be?
The
Trilby.
The Trilby.
Kyle. Because the Fedora.
God damn it, you two and your fucking. Oh man. Okay, so patrons,
but Kyle and I are the Noah and Heath of this show, or not, or Eli and Heath. You're the Noah.
I'm the Noah.
You're
I'm
the Noah.
Old guy that keeps the ball rolling.
I'm not sure which one of us is Eli and which one is Heath, but that's what this is.
That's how good comedy trios work, people.
Yeah, pretty much. That's how it works.
So I guess what we're just trying to get back around to is that, like, look, we appreciate every single one of you. We love the patron money that comes in because it does help out. It fucking helps out so much because the Hootsuite thing that I used to publish shit to social media just came due. And I was like, oh, fuck. And I thought it would pull that out of my bank account. But thankfully we had money in PayPal that it came out of there. So I was like, oh, yay. I didn't go fucking broke.
We love our
shit's not cheap. So.
No. So we love our patrons. We love our fans. We love that you guys love us and that you get some meaning out of this and enjoyment, and it matters to you. Remember that we are actual individual human beings, and we are not your identity. You do not own the content that we produce.
Yep. And we also don't owe anybody the right to be within the inner circle. I mean, sure, we could possibly make friends with anybody who listens to the show, and I'm not against that. But the thing is, just like all friendships, they require time, energy, actual work done towards something. Just because you listen to us, and sometimes we respond to some of the stuff you talk about in either the chat group that we have or anything, and there are people that do that, and they know that they're friends. I'm not saying that. Okay, I'm digging myself great. I'm just saying that if you listen to the show and you want to know more about the people who we really are, there's ways to do that. There's ways to find out who we are. There's ways to be cool about it. There's ways to, come into the circle kind of thing.
Please be patient with us.
Yeah, because I don't trust people. I have a very bad trust problem.
I don't trust people either. At all.
Well, I'll trust you from the beginning. So there.
You're not helping.
Not helping. Not everyone.
That's
talks
me.
Kyle.
I'm not helpful.
No, I know I'm not.
That's what my dad said every day.
And unless I'm not showing you my pictures on my phone.
Oh God, yes, I saw that too.
I'm sorry.
I'm shocked that guy didn't try to do winky faces when he was responding back to that. I'm just kidding, wink.
I don't appreciate that.
That. Okay, yes. Okay.
He probably doesn't listen to this. He doesn't listen.
Gotcha.
I don't think he's a patron.
Okay.
No, probably not. But still, it's just like it would be the same as like somebody that somehow came up to me and like, "Hey, I heard your kids were doing blankety blank," and I'm like, I don't talk about that on the show. How do you know about this? So it's just there's something in. I'm going to talk with the uncut patrons about that, not the $1 patrons. So because this goes public in 6 months, the other stuff never does. So
gotcha.
If you want to hear that, you can chip in and see what we're talking about. Anyway,
don't appreciate the comment. Just saying.
No, exactly. So we're going to move along. Thanks for listening, everybody, and we'll catch you again next week with another episode.